I'm excited to dive in and take a few moments to unpack Denzel Washington's two speeches that we were able to listen to this week as part of our material. First, I want to notice a few things that Denzel did incredibly well during his two speeches. He had a clear audience-centered approach, which is fantastic, I'm sure, especially when speaking to a group of college graduates. You want to be able to hold their attention and to really get your point across. And I believe that Denzel did that incredibly well and thoughtfully as he related to their current situation in life so clearly. Another thing that I thought Denzel did incredibly well was his timely pauses. And it's something that I'm even practicing this week, whether it's in work meetings or in this presentation here, that a thoughtful pause is okay. Something else that I noticed that Denzel really did remarkably well is that he did not overwhelm the audience with information, but instead related what was necessary to get his point across in a very believable way, which is, and I've mentioned this word relatable in this already, but he really took the time to practice. You can tell by how he portrayed his message and spoke clearly in his message to get his point across without overwhelming with additional stories or information. He shared only what was most pertinent to get the point across. A few things that stood out to me from his speeches that I personally take into my life. This is actually not the first time I have heard these speeches. I have applied many of these principles to my life since first listening to these speeches a few years ago. One of the things being the skill of failing forward rather. Failing forward is something that Denzel talks about in his speeches, and it is an incredibly important skill as we think about moving forward in life and really falling in love with the process and not only being obsessed with the result. So that is something that I continue to practice in my daily life. Another thing that I have taken from Denzel's speeches in the past, and again was reminded of listening to them this week, is the importance of gratitude through whether it's prayer in the morning or reflection, but daily gratitude, especially right away in the morning, to be so incredibly thankful for what's already coming your way that day. And then last but certainly not least, one of the things that I implement in my life and this has greatly affected who I am today and being able to know myself and how to proceed in life is this idea that our desires are divinely given, that our desires are a sign that that thing or that way of being or whatever that thing is designed by God for us to do, that's for us. That true passion is proof that that is the thing that we are meant for. And so that is another thing that has impacted me greatly. And just knowing that and following through on that in my life has been a great blessing. Thanks.